We are live for episode 4 of the Ellis Highlight Reel Limitless Range Basketball Podcast. I have my boys at Total Apex Sports. Jacob from Total Apex Sports, I should say. Jacob Green and Shane Foley. Say what's up, fellas.
What up? What up?
I'm gonna do this Sophie Cunningham style. What up?
Speaking of Sophie Cunningham, let's get into some WNBA DFS picks from Mr. Shane. So let's go ahead and start with that.
All right. I would have loved to. So there's no game tonight. The Aces are playing the Liberty tomorrow night. I would have loved to get picks for the Wednesday games. It's a better slate, but the DFS sites don't have them up at the moment. So
what's the Wednesday slate? What's the Wednesday slate?
It's like the tempo we're playing, and here, let me look it up on DraftKings.
Well, you said the Liberty are playing, right?
Yeah, Aces and Liberties tomorrow. That's the championship.
Tomorrow night. Yeah.
That's the Commissioner's Cup championship.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about that here.
So I mean, which will be a game for sure. But if you want to play DFS that night, you're doing Showdown.
Yeah.
And it looks like the next
not letting me know.
It looks like Thursday then is the next slate after tomorrow. So this week's kind of chalk for DFS. Dreams and Mystics on Thursday is a good one. Wings and Suns. So Paige Becker's, probably be a good pick there. AC Fudd.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm hijacking.
You're good.
No, you're good. I at least let people know that, like, if the good slate's going to be Thursday night. So if you want to play then, play then. If you want to play tomorrow night, the good news is that the Aces and the Liberty are both great. So the big play that you want to go for is Leone Fibic.
Yes.
Whose name I'm probably mispronouncing. But the reason why you're going for her is because Sabali is already confirmed, out for the game. You have to capitalize on who's starting. Fibic is going to be very chalk heavy. She's going to be heavily owned, but you're going to need her in her lineup because that's guaranteed value for 6,400.
Yes,
and it's a showdown. So 6,400 is great value. I would assume most people are probably going to want to, if they can figure it out, get Aja Wilson and get Breonna Stewart on the same team.
Yeah, so, here's the tough thing with Aja Wilson. She's a game time decision right now.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So she's a game time
questionable.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. Here's how I'll say this. If Aja Wilson doesn't play, find out who's taking her spot. And then that person will also become a heavy chalk, highly owned player, guaranteed. If that happens, you're also probably better off because then you're only really paying up for Breonna Stewart at 10,200.
Yeah.
That's a heavy price. You can spread your action around, get Ionescu, get like Chelsea Gray.
Yeah.
That's great for you. If Aja Wilson does play, I would not blame you for going for both of them. You lose out on a lot of value later in your draft. So you get Fibic for sure, and you try to get, the both of them. I'm actually gonna I'm just gonna click around real quick. Don't make Aja Wilson your starter, you will lose money. Or you won't have any money for anything else. So but I'm doing it right now. So if you make those 3 plays, your average remainder player, your budget is a little under 600. Sorry, 6. So that's doable. You get one of these. You take a shot on one of these lower owned players. Even Maureen Johannes is only 5,000. That's a look.
Right.
I'd probably get her. And then in terms of like who you want to make your captain, Jonkel Jones is
Yes.
probably the best value for dollar you have. She's 90 she's 9,400 on DraftKings. So that means you make her your captain, she bumps up to, a little over 10,000, but you're paying for Angel Wilson and Breonna Stewart too.
Yeah.
That's who you want as your captain. It's someone lower. So I would say general strategy is you make someone like Jones your captain, or Inescu is another good shout. She's only 84,000, so you save 8,400, so you save more money. And then you get Wilson, you get Stewart, and you try to make those people work. You'll have to make some very low value plays or very low dollar plays. I'm done in there because she'll be highly owned. So that's a strategy.
Yeah. Yep. I love the picks. I love all of that strategy. Like I said, watch out for Angel Wilson's status. That is the only thing. Especially with a leg injury, game time decision, Commissioner's Cup. I mean, the Commissioner's Cup is kind of huge, but it's like the NBA Cup, for instance.
Yeah, it's an in-season sort of thing. Like it has value to it, but it's not exciting. It's not upper echelon exciting.
So I wouldn't blame Becky Hammond if she sits Wilson out for this championship. So we'll see what happens here. Thank you, Shane, for those picks. Let's go ahead and get started with the actual show. We had some huge trades, including one that just broke about 2 hours ago.
Yeah, about 2 hours. Yeah.
About 2 hours ago. I guess let's start with the one that broke 2 hours ago, then work our way backwards. The one 2 hours ago is the Portland Trail Blazers are trading Jeremy Grant and Chris Murray, Keegan's younger brother, for the services of Ja Morant to the Memphis Grizzlies, formerly of the Memphis Grizzlies.
Yeah.
I am puzzled by this, and I think we're all puzzled by this move.
Yeah.
Adding another guard at that rotation is tough, especially a guard that doesn't shoot the ball well, and it's kind of similar to Damian Lillard, but worse shooter.
Yeah.
Kind of a thing. Now it is. I did see that Chris Harris is the one that Chris Haynes is the one that reported. They're going to start Dame and Ja in the backcourt along with Denny Avia as a wing. So they're going to play those three in the lineup together. So, Jacob, your overall thoughts on the Ja trade?
Well, we've been discussing it a lot in the group chat over the last couple hours, and I just feel like I understand the move from this perspective. Like, okay, so Portland is more than likely under the assumption or the knowledge that heading into this next season that this is going to be Dame's final season. So you kind of want to start with a fresh, new, young star guard like a Ja Morant, bring him in, and then have Dame sort of mentor him and mold him into like the next franchise star. But the problem with that is this is Ja Morant we're talking about. This is somebody who burned all of his bridges in Memphis doing the dumbest stuff possible. And now he's going into a situation Now, granted, he's going into a good situation with good veteran locker room presence with guys like Holiday and obviously Lillard. Yeah. So he's getting good veteran leaders in that locker room who can maybe, screw his head on right. But in the short term, for at least this next season, it doesn't make a lot of sense for the Blazers because now you have almost a 5-guard rotation. Now, obviously, they're going to shorten that. I feel like they're going to get rid of Scoot more than Holiday because you want to keep that veteran presence, like I said.
Right.
But even then, like Shane mentioned in our group chat earlier, they don't have any front court depth whatsoever for this team. So trading away your front court depth with Murray and Grant and just getting a guard back, that doesn't make any sense. Now, if like they had done this deal and they had gotten Aldama back or something like that. Like, hey, look, we're going to increase our guard depth, but we're also want to keep our front court, or add on to our front court depth so it's not as big of a problem, because obviously you're going to lose Robert Williams. You've already lost the two other guys I mentioned. So you kind of need to keep that in. I was trying to think of a word for it. I was going to say in depth, but I was just like, I don't think it's that word. But you want to keep it contained.
Yes.
You want to keep that problem contained is what I was going to say.
Yeah, here's my thing too, before I let it go to Shane. They hired during, before the draft and everything like that, Micah Nori, who is the former Timberwolves assistant.
Yeah.
Right. And he had a really good stint there in Minnesota, helping, that team, Chris Finch and that team and his staff, Coach Ant Edwards.
Well, he was key in the development of Ant.
Yeah. So that's the thing about Michael Nori is a good coach, but bringing Ja Morant, who is unpredictable off the court, to a first-year head coach is a bold strategy. And I don't know if that's going to work.
If he's running Taylor Jenkins out of the arena like he did in Memphis, come on. It just doesn't look too good. I'll let you continue. Sorry.
Yeah, no. I'm glad you brought up the Taylor Jenkins stuff because I'm afraid for Micah Nori if it doesn't work within the first month. I am afraid. This might be another Adrian Griffin situation in Milwaukee. I am afraid of that. And Dame was partially responsible. Well, it was mainly Giannis and a couple other players, but we'll get to Giannis in a little bit here. Yeah. But at the same time, it's it is one of those situations that to keep a high alert from a former playoff team. It's not the greatest look. All right, Shane, I'll let you go now. I just wanted to bring up the coaching side of it.
No, that was really good insight. See, I'm not sure if I'm as bullish on this or bearish on this, I should say, in terms of what this looks for the Blazers. I think this is bad for Morant for this reason. If they wanted to, do a guard heavy lineup, they could. We saw Golden State do that in 2014-ish. Are the Trailblazers going to be the 2014 State Warriors? But they can try. I just think that they already have an interesting dilemma. Even if they didn't make this trade, it's going to be Dame's team. Like Jacob said, it could be his last season, so he's going to get the keys to the team. You just made the playoffs with Denny Advija basically running your offense. I know he was a forward, but he would bring the ball down a lot of times. So you're as a coaching staff, your job is to figure out how those two things gel. And you can figure out some things offensively. Now you throw in Ja Morant, he's going to want the ball.
Exactly.
He's going to want the ball. And
so those three guys are going to want the ball. So you got to figure out who's going to play off ball and who's going to have the ball.
Yeah, and if you I mean, okay, I agree with you, but it's gonna be Dame. Dame's gonna walk in that locker room and be like,
Dame's
gonna want that ball. Yeah, exactly. After a year off, he wants the ball.
Yeah. Now you can tell Ja Morant. I think the way that the Blazers work is they really like to play inside out. They like to slash to the basket, especially with Advija, and have shooters on the side that can capitalize if the defense contracts in. So are you going to tell Ja Morant to fan out and wait for a pass if it comes?
Yeah,
you might do that fit sometimes.
Yeah, it's a weird fit in that sort of sense. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And in terms of what it is for what it means for Ja Morant's future, I mean, he's a certain type of player. He wants the ball, but he also does his best work when he's playing ISO, just bring the ball down and getting his shot off. You could say it's not efficient basketball, but that's his style. So if he wanted to go to a place where he's like, I'm going to get the bad taste out of my mouth. I know crazy stuff happened in Memphis. I want the next place that I go to is going to have everyone forget about that and only remember the good stuff about John Morant. He could have gone to like another team where he's the main option, and then he's getting his offense off and he's dishing out, if the defense contracts to him. Now this is not that situation.
Yeah.
But
in that sort of sense, I don't think he had a choice in the matter. I think Memphis was going to do whatever they wanted to do. I don't think it was like, oh, John, where do you want to go? Like they weren't gonna, accept that.
But they also probably weren't gonna, dish him out as like, I'm sure in trade talks, they being their front office weren't talking about John Morant like he's a point guard that can run your offense. You can run everything through him.
Well, they probably
but
were
if
just
John Morant's there, he'll say that. Yeah.
Well, you saw earlier in this trade rumors surrounding Ja, they were thinking about somebody like Minnesota. Yeah. But even Minnesota was just like, nah, we're not going to do that. No. They wanted no part of that. And I think it was more sense like this was sort of like this trade happened because nobody else really wanted him, and his value is so low.
Yeah,
you're not going to get anything substantial return. So they were just like, okay, we'll just throw in the Portland, give us Chris Murray, give us Jeremy Grant. We'll take it.
Yeah, just get him off the rebuild and just blow it up. Which is crazy. They just drafted him 7 years ago. And it's already
rebuilt. I mean, their entire core is gone. Jaren Jackson Jr. is gone. Desmond Bane's gone.
Mm-hmm.
The last one gone.
Yeah.
So it's just a complete rebuild for them over there.
I feel bad for Memphis fans because that they were promised so much and they haven't gotten returned to that grit and grind era.
Crazy how quickly it fell apart too.
It fell apart.
Yeah. They were like a playoff team again for like 5 seconds.
For 5 seconds.
Like literally 5 seconds. They were
Stan, I want to get your opinion on this because I also saw a rumor surrounding the Blazers. And it was regarding the Celtics. So, as we know, this will come up later. As we know, Giannis did not go to the Celtics.
Yep.
Yeah.
And now the Celtics are kind of just looking around going, hey, you guys want Jaylen Brown? What about you? You guys want Jaylen Brown? And obviously the Blazers are now involved in those sort of talks. What would that look like if you had a John Morant, Damian Lillard, Jaylen Brown sort of thing? And obviously, I don't think you'd have to get a lot back for Jaylen Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Like Portland would have to give up a lot. Well, as a Celtics fan, who do you want from the Blazers? You're just like, yeah, we'll pick up the phone if that guy's on the.
All right.
I'll interrupt. If you don't say Denny Avdia, Denny Avdia, I question it. But go ahead.
Well, I'll answer the question this way. If they don't want to give up Advija, in which case they're very cheap. But I want Donovan Clingan.
Yes.
But here's the reason why I say that. We were talking about how they have no depth at the front court.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you go out and get Jaylen Brown instead of a front court guy, you're imploding your team. Yep. But if I'm Boston and I'm just looking to take care of A1, you're taking an all-star from me, Jaylen Brown. I don't care if it or Advija. Yeah, exactly.
You want a great young big man because you don't have a whole lot of bigs right now.
Yep.
Or you have a lot of bigs, but none of them are really good.
And so now the other thing I'll say about the Brown thing, which worries me, is that you're right that he's been chopped around a lot, but there hasn't been a deal yet. Obviously, we passed up on the Giannis thing. I'm wondering. I have no basis on which to say this is a fact, but I'm wondering if the Twitch comments after the season did actually put a bad taste in everyone's mouth.
Yeah.
And
they probably had to have. They probably had to have, to be honest, because they were so like not even a day and a half went by, like maybe a day and a half at most went by.
Yeah,
and he was like, "Okay, that was my best that was my favorite season."
Yeah,
losing the first round.
That was my favorite season.
Because
he was the main man. Yeah,
because I was A1. Yeah,
in not winning Finals MVP, not winning the championship was your favorite. Last year, losing in the first round What's your favorite season? The mentality, like that's probably what the red flags are at. I had to interrupt there because that's crazy.
Yeah.
No, you're absolutely right. But see, I think that after that situation, and we were all pretty critical, us and sports media, about Jaylen Brown.
Yep.
But I still think he's a very valuable player.
Oh no, I'm not saying
that's crazy.
Yeah. I just think those comments rubbed them the wrong way.
Oh, I had
was like, yeah, do we really want this guy? Is he serious about this winning thing? Yeah.
I agree 100% at this point.
Well, speaking of obviously the Celtics and the Jaylen Brown situation,
so you want to just get into Giannis?
The main one from last week, which was the Giannis trade to Miami. Now, I'll let Brandon continue to present it, but I'll just sit by. I have some thoughts on that.
So I'll present it. So the Bucks ended up going with the Miami package, which was the better package, as we talked about last week. It was more players, more future picks, including getting the 13th pick in the stack 2026 draft, which
turned out to be really important for them. Yeah.
We'll get to draft winners in a little bit, and I'll have the Bucks as one of my winners.
Yeah.
Because of the 2 picks they got. But so they did that deal, and it also got Tyler Hero in the deal, Khalil Ware in the deal.
Yeah.
So a couple of big pieces of the Miami.
Don't forget Hawkes too. They got
Hawkes.
Man of the Year finalist. Yeah.
So there was a couple big, like huge rotational pieces, including especially Hero was the big name in the deal, the bigger name of the 3 players, and obviously the couple of first round picks later on, and then the 13th pick. So it was obvious that Milwaukee was going to take that deal.
Yeah.
Now we get Giannis in Miami, and people are already overreacting about the Miami Heat's chances.
Yeah.
Their odds did improve, obviously, on the betting, as I think went from 30-1 to 18-1. Because of the Giannis Antetokounmpo trade.
Yeah.
But it's like Brian Windhorst said when the trade happened. Miami still got to, tinker with their roster a little bit here and build around it, and it only really got $18 million actual dollars here to actually do that. Now, the first main domino of the Miami Heat doing that actually got completed today as well. Andrew Wiggins signed a 3-year, $64 million deal with a player option. Helps Miami out. They still keep Wiggins and maybe get some more flexibility. But Jacob, I know you have your thoughts. Yeah. So I want you to go ahead and unleash those thoughts.
Well, it's like what I said last week. Giannis going to Miami would be a lateral move, just from the perspective of you're kind of going to the same structured team as Milwaukee. You're going to a team that doesn't have that much front court depth now. Mm-hmm. They don't have that much in terms of shooting or ball handling because you just got rid of Hero. You just got rid of Hawkes. So you got rid of some very key pieces that were really crucial to the Miami Heat's, play and run.
And I'll also interrupt here too. You're probably going to lose Norman Powell in free agency as well.
Probably lose Powell, maybe because obviously, like you said, they don't have a lot of money, and the first domino just fell to Wiggins. So, and Powell's going to be asking for quite a bit of change. So you're probably not going to be able to hold on to him. So now you lose Powell. You don't have much shooting outside of that. Now, the good thing for them, for the Heat, was they were able to get Portis in that deal.
Yes,
he was able to come over as well. Yep. So that helps in terms of your front court depth. But even then, you just don't have any sort of depth of ball handlers in the front court, of any shooters. You just don't have any of that, and you don't have any flexibility in terms of that. Now, in terms of your lineup, Bam and Giannis are going to be freaking awesome together, especially on defense.
Right.
But when your offense can only, do so much, like in terms of like flexibility, versatility, I just don't see the Heat going anywhere like he would. Like if Giannis had gone to the Celtics, I think they would have been a championship contender. Whereas the Heat, they'll be a playoff team, but I don't think they will go very far.
Yeah, so the Miami Heat are probably going to be a 2027-28 contender, according to Wendy. More
Yeah,
so
I
than
could see that.
26,
Yeah.
27 contender. Um, I'll go on the deal. Like Bobby Portis was a huge get as well in that deal, underrated get in my opinion because of his his pedigree on the defensive side of the ball. He can knock down a three here and there for the Heat.
Yeah.
So for for the Heat now. Obviously,
Yeah.
so that's a big get in the deal to have that kind of a piece as well. And Milwaukee giving up that piece.
Well, he was a 6th Man of the Year finalist too for a few years in Milwaukee. So you get somebody who could come off the bench and already kind of knows how to, to play off the bench. What I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you knew Pat Riley was going to get his star and do anything he can to get his star. And so that was the move here. He got his next.
He's done it every decade. He did it with Mourning. He did it with Shaq. He did it with LeBron, and now he's done it again with Giannis. So
and Jimmy in between. But yeah. So any opportunity Pat Riley has to try to get a superstar underneath his control, ever since he's been the president with the Miami Heat, he's done it, and now he's done it again.
Yeah.
Let's see if it works. Like you said, I do think this is a lateral move for Giannis for the short term.
In terms of championship contention, absolutely, And it maybe we go, especially for this year, this upcoming season, maybe in the next season afterwards, they do some moves and they really get to that point. But right now, it just doesn't look that great. Shane, I want to get your opinion because obviously the Celtics were heavily involved in this, as we've said before. And some of the reporting has come out that that Celtics were unwilling to offer up, guys like Baylor Shireman or Hugo Gonzalez in the deal. Obviously, Jaylen Brown would have been the headpiece of that deal, but just get your opinion on the trade falling through for Boston and them, not wanting to move off of players like Shireman or Gonzalez in that deal.
Yeah, I mean, but like it sounds cheesy to say, but Shireman was a great role piece for our team. Coming off the bench, defense shooting. Hugo Gonzalez was a big part playing defense. I didn't load either and both of those players if I were in control of the Celtics. If they wanted to do, if they just stuck to, like, if they went to Milwaukee and said, we'll do a hat for a hat, we'll do Jaylen Brown for Giannis, but we're not going to discuss anything else. I think that's a bit, unless you really didn't want Giannis in the first place. Which I don't understand because Giannis fixes a lot of, but Boston, going back to even like the Jason Tatum pick and trading away KG and Paul Pierce. I know that those were Danny Ainge moves, but we typically in free agency do something a little unexpected. And it pays out. Most of the time it pays out. Sometimes it doesn't. We didn't really want Giannis in the first place. But, I mean, or they're realizing that Twitch stream is costing them a little value in Jaylen Brown, and they need to pep it up with some other value. Like,
maybe you think that's the reason. Well, Milwaukee, first of all, they're in the rebuilding phase, so they want more players, obviously, younger players to involve in a package for Giannis, and they got that with Miami. But you think about it in terms of the Celtics viewpoint. Look, if you're trading for Giannis, obviously you're going to put Jaylen Brown in there. Obviously, that his comments, the Twitch stuff, doesn't help in that matter. But at the same time, if you're really going all in for this, you've got to put another player in there. And it's not like Milwaukee, from the reporting, was asking, can you put Pritchard and White in there as well? It's not like they were asking for the moon. They were asking for young, upcoming prospects. Now, if they asked for Luka Garza, I can understand them being a little bit more hesitant, the Celtics. Right. But in terms of, like, okay, Hugo Gonzalez, Bear Shireman, okay, we'll put those in the deal for you. How about that? it just didn't make any sense to me from a standpoint of, look, they want more players. Shireman and Hugo Gonzalez, important pieces last year, no doubt. But at the same time, look, you're getting freaking Giannis. Who cares?
Yeah. And the one other thing I'll say about this, which is what the Celtics are flirting with. I think that Brad Stevens will figure something out, and he's going to bring in a player and Jaylen Brown move somewhere else. He might have to give up some more value. It doesn't have to be Shireman. I think he'll figure something out. If they don't, they're flirting with a very toxic situation. That situation is Jaylen Brown gets chopped all off season.
Yep.
You now have Jaylen Brown. Think of how frustrated he's going to be. 29 teams say no to him after comments that he made on a Twitch stream.
Yeah.
When he was a MVP finalist, he has to go back on a team after he says it was his favorite season where he was the head honcho. And, to my knowledge, Jason Tatum has no injury, so he's projected to be on the court the entire season.
Yeah.
So you go back to the place where you struggled with because you couldn't get a deal, and you are still you're back. You could have had an opportunity to lead a team, and now you're a secondary leader.
Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna be happy.
No,
for him.
No, I don't think so either.
No, I don't think so. I don't think Jaylen Brown will be happy if he's in Boston, like you said, Shane. Yeah. And I just don't think I don't see a Jaylen Brown trade that benefits a contender. I really don't this year. Like all the contenders that you think of don't need Jaylen Brown.
Mm-hmm.
The real contenders, top down. Like other than Boston, I just don't see anybody. Needing a Jaylen Brown and make him like an instant title contender. Like maybe Toronto, if they were willing to be in that deal,
or a Detroit,
possibly.
But
then it goes back to value because if I'm Boston and I'm talking to Detroit, I want Jamie Duren because I know you're not giving up Cade.
Well, there is
I want.
There is some news about Jalen Duren that did break kind of before the show as well. Chris Haynes is reporting also today that the Detroit Pistons and Jalen Duren are so far distant apart in contract negotiations that he's going to go to Sacramento when next week or later this week when free agency begins. And try to negotiate a sign and trade.
So Boston needs to come in and be like, hey, we'll take that. We'll give you Jaylen Brown, and then we'll take Duren.
Yeah,
they definitely need to jump in on that. And then obviously, moving on to other trade news that happened this past week. Obviously there was another big one, and LaMelo Ball getting traded to the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yes.
Now this one I found way more interesting than the Giannis one because the Giannis one we were expecting.
Yes.
And then the Morant one was like that one was kind of expected too. That had been discussed prior to the offseason.
Right.
That was discussed all throughout the season. So now we get to the biggest surprise trade. Now it was the LaMelo Ball to Minnesota for who did they trade for?
So it was Naz Reid.
Naz Reid
was the big
big piece. And then there was one other, right? Or it was just picks from that point on?
It was mainly just picks. It was a couple of first round pick swaps.
Yeah.
And then a 2033 unprotected first, I think it was. But I'll make sure of that real quick. I'll get the full details here. But
so that was the big surprise one to come out this past week. Shane, I want to get your opinion on the Timberwolves trade. Do you think this trade makes them still viable in the Western Conference in terms of contention?
So before Shane goes, I got the details.
I'll
go ahead and give the details of it. So Minnesota got LaMelo Ball and Josh Green in the package.
Okay.
Naz Reid was the only thing player-wise Minnesota gave up. And it was, like I said, it was 2033 unprotected first round pick swaps in 28, 29, and 30. second-round picks in 29, 32, and 33. So
Okay.
So the main biggest thing was the only real big thing was the 2033 at their first pick.
Yeah.
But yeah, sorry Shane, I had to give that in. But
no, that was good. That was good. See, question, Jacob. I think they were always going to be viable in a Western Conference contention.
Yeah.
Before and after this, but I actually think both teams got a little worse. And I know it's surprising to say because LaMelo had a great year, but I mean, what was if I had the ability to talk to someone for the Timberwolves front office, I would ask them this: just what was wrong with Dante DiVincenzo? You know what I mean? Like, what's wrong with him?
I mean, he's injured, so maybe that's the point of it because he was injured and you don't know if he'll come back the same way. So maybe in terms of that mindset.
So if they think that he's like his ankle injury,
it makes him done. Achilles. He tore his Achilles.
Tore his Achilles. That's difficult to come back from.
Yeah,
But then, I mean, you have an Ayo Dosunmu, you have a Bones Highland. I just like the great thing about DiVincenzo on that team was he did not ask for the ball whatsoever. And it was beautiful to watch him in tandem with Anthony Edwards because he never did any of this like clap like I'm open. But Ant-Man knew that like if he drove and he had too much pressure, Dante would be there, corner of the key, corner of the court, whatever, ready to make an open jump shot. And
don't forget the defensive impact either. He's the
defensive impact too.
Player.
And I remember the night that he got hurt against the Nuggets. I forget who I was watching, who were the like commentators, but like whoever was commentating that game, Dante DiVincenzo, best or anything. Yeah, exactly. Just plays hard-nosed defense, shoots when he's open. This is that. That's the player I want next to Ant-Man. And it's kind of like a similar thing with like the John Morant thing. It's like you got another ball dominant player and a player who, while he can shoot the three ball very well, shoots at a high volume.
Yeah.
He has to shoot a lot. And, if he's missing, that's possessions that you're potentially losing out on. And then in order to do that, you lost Naz. In no way Reed is the caliber player that LaMelo Ball is, but someone has come in for Julius Randle.
Yeah.
They don't really have
don't forget Julius Randle just got traded to the Nets. So their front court. So like Julius got traded before the LaMelo trade. I think it was like a week before it happened.
It was
just a week before.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
it was just a draft pick.
Second round
just for draft capital stuff. And then from that point on, they didn't. Okay, you think they're still going to have the front court depth because you're going to still have Reed. But obviously now that they've traded Reed, he's not going to be the starting power forward like we thought. So it's going to have to be Jaden McDaniels who comes over and plays the 4 position. But their front court, I think when I saw this deal, I thought of it as similar to the Portland deal, but a little bit more value to it because LaMelo was a better player than John Morant.
Yeah, I agree.
So, and also but I also think it's a bad deal in terms of obviously you're getting rid of your front court, so you're further, causing a problem with your front court depth because now you're getting rid of Reed. Yeah. But then you're also causing a problem because you're putting too many guards out there at Highland, Ayo, and LaMelo. So, but I also think the problem lies also in the value of the player you got back for it. I mean, LaMelo is a very good player. He's a good player. But the problem is he's played 60-plus games only 2 years. He's in the same draft class as Ant. He's only played over 60 games twice.
Yep. And then last year was like one of the this last season.
And then at the same time, you've seen the Hornets be in the play-in all the time, but they would always get their ass beat like a drum. and it was just because LaMelo couldn't do anything to overcome physical defense, and he was too turnover prone. He hunts for his shot too much, takes bad shots. So obviously, I think from a talent perspective, obviously they needed to upgrade at the guard because Dante's hurt. But at the same time, they sacrificed so much of their team that I just don't think it's a good deal overall.
Mm-hmm. Here's my counter, a little bit of a counter, but not my, because what everyone was saying analysis wise on national TV and national media was LaMelo is going to help Ant be less of a playmaker, essentially, because he'll be bringing the ball up and all that, right? And I'll go ahead and want to say this carefully when I say this.
Mm-hmm.
I think LaMelo Ball, the subtraction by addition by subtraction in this situation for the Hornets is 10 times greater value than what Minnesota is going to get out of it.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Because what Charlotte did in the draft, which we'll get into the draft winners, this is, again, me teasing my draft winners.
Yeah.
Getting Steinbeck and Christian Anderson Jr., the teammates in the Germany U19 team, I think it was. Getting those two guys, especially Anderson as a backup point guard option.
Well, I'm so surprised Anderson fell as far, but that's for the draft.
That's for the next segment. We'll get into it. But as me saying that's why I want to say it carefully, because a lot of people will be like, no, Minnesota got the better end of the deal because they got LaMelo. Like, I don't think they did, because you saw what the Thunder and Spurs were doing all draft night.
They were getting size. Yeah,
they got size under each other basically, and now you're going small in the Western Conference.
Yeah,
are you kidding me, Minnesota? When you legit been to the previous two conference finals before last year, before the Spurs rise, really eliminated y'all.
Well, hell, you went kind of toe to toe with the Spurs. Obviously, the Spurs eventually pulled that series out, but the lineup combination of Reed and Gobert out there was really great because you had so much size and versatility.
And that's the thing.
They were because Reed was helping play defense on Wemby.
Exactly. And you're now losing that size against the two best teams in the conference. Yeah, good luck. Good luck. I'll tell you that now.
If all you have is Rudy Gobert, good luck. I mean,
good
really.
luck. I'm sorry. Good luck. It's just dumb. It's dumb moves. And
let me circle back. So you said that just real quick. You said that people were saying it's a good move because it's going to make Ant-Man less of a playmaker.
Less double teams. Less double teams will go at Ant-Man. So they're trying. I think LaMelo.
Okay.
But I also because Shane, you go ahead.
My next question was going to be, my next question was going to be did anyone ask Ant-Man if he'd like to be less of a playmaker? Do you want me to go right now and be like, hey, Ant-Man, how's it feel to get the ball less? Do you think he's going to be happy?
I think he'll still get the ball a lot. It's just that he doesn't have to have too much of playmaking duties pinned on him, because obviously you saw when Dante went down, the playmaking kind of went towards Ant, and Ant can be a good playmaker, but his realm is scoring. He is a score first guy.
And the turnovers really cost Minnesota.
Yeah, the turnovers started increasing the instant Dante went down, and you saw it in the stat lines too, reflect that. But at the same time, the other part of that equation is, he's taking away his playmaking duties. He's also taking away his shots as well, because he's going to want the ball more, and we know LaMelo loves to shoot the ball. So obviously, you take the playmaking duties away, but you're going to add more. The less shots Ant's going to get in total, honestly.
Yeah. So, and also too, I think Minnesota was trying to make Ant happy with this move, because there was the rumors about Ant maybe wanting out of Minnesota.
Yeah.
And everything like that. And here's my thing with that though. If you're going to get a guy that is, was the third pick in the same draft that Ant was, right? He was the third pick to the Hornets in that draft, and wants to show okay, I can play with another guy. I have another guy. Finally, I have another guy that can go toe to toe.
Yeah.
The chemistry is going to have to. Like Chris Finch, like I love bringing up the coaches in this situation too, are in these situations, right? I think out of the 3 trades, Spoelstra is the best equipped as a head coach.
Yes,
To
absolutely.
handle the personality of Giannis.
Yeah.
And make sure we can, they can
Well,
get.
look, he's a Hall of Fame coach, so
Yeah.
that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. I think Chris Finch might have some trouble. Might. Here's why. I do love Chris Finch as a coach. Like, don't get me wrong. Chris Finch is a good head coach in this league, but he's not the best head coach in certain situations. And you've seen that in each of the 2 conference finals losses, and you've seen that in the last year's series against the Spurs.
Yeah.
Mitch Johnson outcoached Chris Finch throughout that series. Throughout.
Yeah.
It's not even close if you look at it.
Yeah.
What the adjustments were for game to game, the situational plays game to game.
Yeah.
And I think LaMelo, and that's the thing. You bring in a guy like LaMelo who is not the best situationally at times either.
Or you're putting more on Chris Finch's plate.
Yep.
Exactly. And especially in terms of not just situational, just maturity wise. Like you're just getting the guy who hasn't matured yet.
Yeah. So that is going to be a tough ask. And I would not be surprised if Chris Finch is on the hot seat.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised.
Like if they get off to a slow start, sure. I could see that happening. Yeah.
Also, when you have that much talent, because I'm not sure if every owner in the league or every GM in the league digs deep into the numbers, but they got LaMelo Ball, Ant-Man. So you have 2 All-Stars, a Defensive Player of the Year candidate, and like a sub All-Star with like Jaden McDaniels. Like,
well, I mean, you got. I feel like you got great defense in terms of McDaniels and Gobert, but you're not getting much in terms of offense from them. So it's not like their offense got better with LaMelo coming in.
No, exactly. I mean, maybe lobs from Rudy might get back in Utah.
Yeah. But Rudy's older too, and he's never been an offensive threat. He struggles to make layups, and he's 7'1".
Exactly.
So,
yeah. And like, if Minnesota has a bad year, I'll feel bad for Chris Finch because he will be in the position. I think the Timberwolves should still be making the playoffs and stuff. But
yes, absolutely.
I could see someone saying, "Oh, and you didn't." Get better.
I mean, A-Rod is now one of the. I'm just telling you this: Alex Rodriguez is one of the owners now of Minnesota. Yeah. He's gonna want results eventually.
Well, he's gonna want them immediately because this was a big trade for them.
Want the results because they're now in the second apron. They're close to the second apron now.
Yeah.
So they with this deal. So they want to have results here. So. Let's get into the draft. I think we can cover more on trades and off season as the off season goes on. But there was a little nugget I just saw a little bit ago. It's from Chris Hayes again on NBA TV. The Nuggets are interested in Jaylen Brown. So I'll throw that out there and we'll pipe it for another day.
Well, there's one contender, Shane. There's one contender in there.
So get ready. This was gonna happen. We're gonna ask for like Gordon or something, and then they're gonna be like, "Can you toss in Shireman too?" And then we'll see if or not.
Yeah. So that is the interesting, that little nugget right there. The Nuggets might be. So, let's get into the draft winners and losers from last week's draft. Obviously, the top 4 teams are all winners. So
yes,
Jacobs Wizards, the Utah Jazz, the Grizzlies, especially getting the value.
That's why I'm wearing my Bradley Beal jersey.
Yes, that's why number 3 is out for Bradley Beal, but for eventually, you probably do the sticker, the duct tape thing, and put the Devontae on the back of it, probably. But anyway, and then the Bulls at 4 with Caleb Wilson. Those 4 teams, all MAC winners. So let's not say them. If you want to mention the Grizzlies getting Lopez and the Bulls getting that guard at 15 as winning moves, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine with me because but the top 4 picks automatically, all 4 of them are great.
I wouldn't call as a Wizards fan. I wouldn't say we're big winners. I would say we did our job.
You did what you needed to do.
Yeah,
that's why.
All you get for that is like a little, good job.
Good job.
Okay.
You did. You made the right thing. You need to mess it up. So that's why I'm saying those 4 off the table. They made they made the picks that made the most sense to them. So we did call on the pod the Wagler pick with the Clippers.
Yeah.
So we did call that.
Called that.
So that was a good. And then the Nets getting Michael Brown Jr. at 6, so A-Cup fell to 7 to the Kings. That was a big kind of like up in the air kind of a decision. And then 8 was 8 Fleming's? Yeah, 8 was Fleming's.
Yeah.
8 was Fleming's, and then 9 was Morez Johnson. 10 was 10 was a guard. Oh,
it was Burry. Yeah, it was
Burry.
And then after that, I think it was like 11 was
Yaxel,
and then 12 was Ademar, and
Mara.
13 obviously Nate Ament.
Yeah,
so,
those are the big 13, and then the Hornets at 14 was Steinbeck, and so that's the lottery. So we just gave you the lottery. For the rest of the draft, you can look it up. We'll get into some of the rest of the draft here as well.
Yeah.
So my big winners of this draft are obviously the Kings getting A-Cup at 7.
Yeah,
that is, and not having to move up.
Yeah, well, I'm just so shocked he fell that far too. Well, not really because, but I was shocked that he went past 5 all the way down to 8 because I thought Sacramento would take it.
Or 7. He
it's not that he fell fall. It's that we didn't think he was going to even fall that much. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah. So the Kings got their guy as Steele. I think A-Cup's going to be great for the Sacramento Kings in the future. So that's my first winner. My second winner, and this is not in order because I would have the Kings kind of lower if I was doing a top 5 in order kind of a deal. My second winner, like I said earlier, the Steinbeck Anderson package that the Hornets got is going to be amazing for the Hornets, especially with the Melo trade now.
Yeah.
More guys that fit the system and how they want to play basketball in Charlotte and how the vision could be. They got some size with Steinbeck, and then Anderson Jr. is a great guard to help their rotation.
I am so shocked he fell that far. I am so shocked he fell that far all the way to 18.
Yeah. Another shocking fall guy who fell, LeBaron Filan to the Sixers.
Yeah.
Getting him at 22 was crazy. Crazy steal. Crazy steal. And I love that pick for the Sixers. I mean, some Sixers fans were like, okay, we're drafting their guard with this pick. But here's the thing. You can play Filan in so many different ways, and he's a perfect replacement for McCain, in my opinion. Losing McCain last year kind of hurt their rotation a little bit, especially you saw that against the Knicks.
Well, now you get a guy who's got good size to him, so you can use him more versatility-wise, especially on defense. And obviously, he can be a combo guard, and obviously, he's a great shooter in his own regard. So
the Sixers getting Filan is a great steal, and that's why they're one of my winners as well.
Yeah.
The Bucks, I have to put them on here.
Yes.
You already mentioned it. They got Nate Ament at 13. They got I love Burries at 10. I know Jacob loves Burries at 10 for them. It makes really great sense.
Yes.
So that is my fourth winner, and then my fifth winner. I love the Lakers getting Cameron Carr.
They're one of my losers. Really.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Wow. Yeah. I want to hear your reasoning for that.
So here's my reasoning. They needed a 3D wing really bad. They needed it to go with this
more size than wings. So
yeah, I know they do. I know they need size, but they're in the rumor mill for size and free agency. They're in the rumor mill all over the place for size. That's a lot of the Lakers stuff I've been seeing is size, like big size, and free agency. And also with the LeBron stuff, there's LeBron AD stuff in Golden State. There's LeBron stuff for Jared Allen.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's size opportunities for the Lakers in free agency if they really want to go after size.
Yeah.
And, and I feel like the Lakers could have done a little better here. I know they're probably not the most popular pick for winner in this situation. But this is my thing, and I just want to say I like how they got. I like the fact that they were aggressive and got their guy.
Yeah,
And they felt in that position to be like, okay, he can fit in our system. He can play out. He doesn't have to have the ball.
Yeah,
with Luka, he's not going to have the ball with Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves having the ball. And he can shoot the three. He can play defense, and it's something that the Lakers needed as well.
Well, I will say it makes more sense now that Marcus Smart has opted out because you could potentially lose him. So I understand in terms of that regard, maybe they were thinking, that was a discussion beforehand about we're going to potentially lose Smart because he's going to decline the option. So we kind of need to back that up with the Carr pick.
Yeah.
I'll start with my winners, and then I'll obviously go with the losers when I talk about the Lakers. Winners wise, I have sort of the same picks as you, Brandon. I think honestly, last week was such a great week for Milwaukee.
Yes.
I think it was an absolutely I think if you're a Bucks fan, last week was absolutely the best week that you've had in a long time. Not in terms of like you got better as a team, but in terms of your future didn't look that great before the Giannis trade.
Right.
But now that it's after the Giannis trade and you have the draft.
Yeah.
And I just think getting Burries and getting somebody like Nate Ahmed, you needed size, you got more size. You needed more ball handling, you got more ball handling. So you killed two birds with one stone there in one draft.
Yeah.
And obviously in the deal you get somebody like Tyler Hero, who's a good vet. You get somebody like Jaime Jaquez, who's still coming into his own. He's still young. And then you kill Kel'el Ware, who's going into his third season. So you have just so much depth of young, up-and-coming talent. And then you have a good baseline with Hero, who's been in the league a while and is obviously a Six-Man of the Year winner. So you know what you're getting with that guy. Yeah. So I think they're the biggest winners out of all that. I think another winner in that regard, I think the two other winners were the Thunder and the Spurs. Because as we talked about earlier, when the Timberwolves made their trade, they got smaller. Whereas the Thunder and the Spurs, they doubled down on their size. Yes. The Thunder, they went out and got Mara. You needed Mara. He could potentially be a Wemby stopper for you, and that's huge. So they got more of that. Then on the other end for the Spurs, you went out, you got Jaden Constance, who's a great, versatile, big wing. Well, not wing, he's a 4. But he's 6'10". He's a big wing. Or a big 4, my bad.
Yeah.
But he's also versatile. He's he's similar to Merez Johnson, but Merez has a little bit more athleticism to him and a little bit deeper of a bag on offense.
Yeah.
But you're still getting great size and defensive versatility.
Yeah.
And then you go out and you get Terrace Reed. So now you have got two bigs that can come in and really lighten Wembanyama's load because the thing for the Spurs that was the issue for them is they didn't have any bigs that could offset Wemby's minutes. You only had Cornette. And obviously now you bring in two more bigs. Now you can kind of like, okay, we have two more guys we could throw out in the court so we don't have to rely on Cornette for the Wemby minutes. We could offset that with the other two, and Wemby gets some more. So
and you're bringing in another big for Champagny, which is another thing that people are forgetting about is that when the Spurs took at least in the playoffs, they just went small. And part of it was because they forgot they had Harrison Barnes, but for that situation also they have some backup.
And then who's I think those are the three biggest winners. Obviously, we talked about the top 4 winners as well.
So you said the Thunder.
I think the Hornets. I think the Hornets are a winner too, because as we talked about before, Christian Andersen and Steinbeck were on the under 19 Germany team, so they know each other. So there's good chemistry already there. Obviously, for Hornets' future, they have a pretty bright future after the LaMelo trade. Con Knippel is one of the best rookies that have come into the league the last 20 plus years. And then obviously you still have Kobe White, who's a vet. So you have a good amount of vet and young players to go along with each other.
Yeah.
And then obviously the losers, I'm going to start with the Lakers because I don't agree with the Cameron Carr pick. Now, in terms of retrospectively, sure, I could see it because Marcus Smart is no longer going to be there. But I can't just agree with the pick because you needed size and Terrace Reed was right there.
Yeah, that's the only bad thing about it.
As well, that were right there. And you kind of punted on that. Now, in terms of them punting on it, I think the reason is you're still going to have Hayes and other guys that are still on the roster. You're going to still have big men. But you wanted at least one young big man to bring in that could develop into something more.
Right.
And I know Terrace Reed is sort of like a throwback big man. He's more back to the basket than a shooting one. But he's still, A, young.
Yeah.
B, athletic, and C, he's still versatile and he's a great rebounder. So you get two of those things. And obviously he's a lob threat for Luka, who loves lob threat, big men. Yeah. So I think in terms of losers, I think the Lakers are on there. I don't really see any other. And the other loser in there is the Blazers, and only because they didn't have a single draft pick.
Yeah.
Because they traded every single one of their draft picks for this year away for the Dame deal and, obviously the Milwaukee deal beforehand. So they just don't have any – they didn't have any draft picks. So I think they're a loser just by definition.
Also, I think I'll get to my losers real quick. I do want to say I do love the shout out of Terrence Reed in that too when you gave your winners what the Spurs did. I didn't want to count the Thunder and Spurs because they're overall winners of the offseason so far with their drafts and what they're going to do in offseason. I just think they're going to be overall – both those teams are going to be overall winners anyway.
And, but they added it in the draft, which was crazy to me.
Yeah. So, that's why I didn't want to name those two in my winners. I would have just not said the Cameron Carr, and I would have just went with a Diamara with that in mind. I just wanted to go shout out some of the later stuff, the later round picks. They're later in the first round kind of guys. Yeah. So my main loser is Dallas. That is my main loser here. You had the options of getting. Obviously, you're going to draft one of the Michigan guys with Dusty May. You were going to draft one of them.
Yeah.
I think you drafted the worst one.
Really?
I really do. I really do. I like Morez Johnson. Don't get me wrong. He's a good player. I think he's going to bring some versatility to that Mavericks team.
Yeah.
My thing is, I was so high on Lindenborg.
Yeah.
And especially if Lindenborg fit, I like Lindenborg's fit with Dallas better than Morez Johnson, just because of the shooting. Okay. And I know Morez is improving on his shooting, and I think he will improve it. So this might come back to bite.
Well, like I said, I think I compared him with some other. I think it was Jaden for the Spurs. I compared them both together, and I said Morez has a deeper bag on offense and is a little bit better of a rebounder. But I just to push back on that, I just think the reason I like it so much is obviously Morez Johnson was what's the head coach of the Michigan that just went to Dallas? Sorry,
Dusty
May. Dusty May. Obviously, Morez was May's favorite player.
Yeah.
To coach on Michigan. So obviously he went out and got his favorite player. Yeah. But I also think, when you saw, I think Morez was the most integral part and most important piece of that Michigan championship team, because what you're getting with Lindenborg, the size and the versatility on offense. But Morez, you're getting that rebounding and that extra, defensive piece to pair alongside Mara.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying there. I just, unless he improves his shooting, I just don't know you're going to have another Cooper. like that it's similar style to Cooper Flag. And I
Yeah.
just don't know. One of them really has to improve the shooting.
I think shooting definitely needs to be improved. Just because when you look at that front court, if it's going to be Merez and Lively out there, you're not going to have much in terms of offensive versatility from a shooting perspective. So I understand. I do think in that sort of sense, I agree with you that that's a bad pick. But at the same time, the upside is, well, if he improves his shooting, what can't?
Yeah, the upside is the potential is there. It's just the more riskier guy.
Yeah.
With that situation and how I understand Dallas not going Gaff after Mara at all because they have Gafford, they have Life.
Yeah,
they got center covered.
Yeah,
even though Mara would have been an interesting situation there.
Yeah.
But I understand that. So you had to go after one of the wings, and I get the upside, and I understand. I will concede the upside. Yeah. Johnson's higher than Lindenborg because he's younger, and I think Lindenborg is a great fit with Golden State too. So that's why.
I do.
So that's why I'm not mad at it for Dallas that they didn't draft Lindenborg because I think he went to the better fit for Lindenborg went to the better fit.
Yeah. That's one of my winners. Yeah, Golden State for that.
Yeah. So I think he went to the better fit for him, being with Steph and being with that Warriors team. But I just think for Dallas, I think if they wanted to take the swing and make a leap for contention, that plug and play offensive versatility of Lindenborg at the 4 would have been a home run swing. Now, so that's my opinion. That's why I have that as a loser, but it's a slight loser. It's not like my biggest.
Yeah,
it's my biggest.
Who are your winners and losers?
Yeah, go ahead, Shane.
Yeah, well,
obviously it'll probably be the same as us, but I want to hear.
That's what I was gonna say. Is my winners list is small because you guys said a lot. I'll tell you this though. I think the most important picks of the draft were that 7 to 12 range.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was the most entertaining part of the draft for me.
Yes.
And in terms of winners in that part, again, we were saying before the draft, if we let Yaxel fall to the Thunder, we have failed as an association. What happens? He goes to the pick right before but I'm glad that Golden State has Yaxel because they have so many injury-prone players.
Yeah.
At one point last season, they were missing Steph, Kristaps, Horford, Seth Curry, and Moses Moody at the same time.
You had and Butler was missing too, so they had
Butler was out for after January. He was out for the rest of the year.
So even if they do something crazy and get LeBron and AD over there, I think they're going to be glad that they have Yaxel. I think we have to remember with these things, a small percentage of these players are going to be in the starting lineup come, game 1.
Yeah.
Right.
AJ should probably, one of them should be Darren Peterson, but Yaxel might not start, but he'll play value.
Nope. He cut out.
Starting. I can tell you that right.
Yeah.
Oh, I cut out. Guys will be in the starting lineup.
Yes.
Game 1.
Yeah. Absolutely.
All 4 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can argue Acuff will be as well for the Kings because they don't have a great point guard. So I think the Kings will probably start Acuff. And I think Wagler too. So there's 5 of the top 6 right there starting.
Yeah. I could see Wagler. Yeah. I could see Wagler starting for sure.
Yeah.
I kind of feels bad for Chris Dunn and some of the other players, but Wagler has a bright future ahead of him, so I understand.
Yeah, well, I mean, Dunn and them have been in the league for so many years, so look, it sucks,
that too. Yeah. It would be like his
younger
sixth
has more upside.
Chance. Yeah. And then right after, it hurts to say. I get why Brandon didn't want to bring up the Thunder and the Spurs because we're just making juggernauts better. But after Yaxel was gone, I think the Thunder made the best pick they could have possibly had.
Yeah,
was getting Mara. I'm kind of surprised that nobody else didn't want kind of like the biggest guy in at least the earliest part of the draft.
Right.
But you know what? It's not even about stopping Wemby. It's about someone's coming in to help with Wemby.
Yeah.
When Hardenstein is, off the court or whatever. I'm saying specifically Hardenstein because I think the whole like Chet versus Wemby thing is like it should be Hardenstein guarding him because more protein. You know what I mean?
So,
yeah.
That's the thing too. I mean, I think the Thunder re-signing Hardenstein. Since you brought it up, they re-signed Hardenstein late last week too, the 3-year deal. So so that rotation of Hartenstein, Mara, and Holmgren, as the big men at the front court is going to be.
It's going to be great for them.
And they still have Jalen Williams, who I think is a good like bigger guy as well, but he's definitely more of a stretch forward. He likes to play behind the 3-point line. So now you have Mara, who's going to play more in the paint. Exactly what you want. The Hawks kind of leveled up with Flemings. I mean, I think it's fine for a team to load up on a strength, and with the Atlanta, it kind of is guard because you got then Nikhil and Dyson Dan. Fleming's coming back, on the court for one of those guys to get a break. You're not losing much.
He's going to a great team full of vets because you have Nah, who's been in the league several years, and then you have McCollum, who's been in the league 14 years. So you're coming into a good situation in terms of veteran leadership. So I think that's key for any player's development, especially a rookie's.
In terms of losers, I agree with like most of what you guys said. I would agree with the Dallas one that I thought Yaxel was the better player. But I don't think that whoever they took at 9 is going to be – they'll play some minutes. I just think that Dallas wants to go out with, Kyrie, Najee Mitchell, Najee Marshall, Flag, Gafford, and PJ Washington.
Well, they want to. I think their lineup will look more like you'll have Kyrie at the 1, Flag will come over to the 2, and then you'll have at the 3 PJ Washington, and then Perez, and then obviously Lively. So
you think Perez starts?
I think because Dusty May wants him to start. I think Dusty will.
I think he'll be a starter. Yeah.
Okay. He'll be a starter for the Dusty May connection.
Yeah.
I also think a loser in this draft is the Brooklyn Nets because I thought that Acuff would have been the better fit.
I think so too. I like Michael Brown Jr., but I think they're a loser in this draft.
I think they're a loser in terms of their team is a weird team right now because obviously you have MPJ at the head of that team, but they just drafted a guard last year in Traore. So I mean, you're kind of just they don't know what they're doing. So it's sort of like whoever gets picked like Brooklyn, you're kind of getting sent to the nether realm or whatever. So I mean,
it's like it's sending them down. The underground is a good name for it.
Upside down. They're
sending upside down if you're doing Stranger Things.
I love Band to the Shadow Realm. Shout out to
Band to the Shadow Realm. That's the word I was looking for. I was like Nether Realm, but I had Mortal Kombat on my mind, so I was like, okay.
No. He's with Toon Blue Eyes Red Dragon for sure. But you know what? I hate to say, Jacob. I don't think that the Nets organization has a plan. I think they're just they're picking up players that look good.
They have 5 first-round picks last year, and none of them are great. Let's remember that. They have 5 first-round picks in 25 that weren't great, and then you're thinking they're going to make a plan with this great. And like I said, I like Michael Brown Jr. as a player.
Yeah,
I just think Acuff.
I do too.
I just think Acuff's the best.
Acuff would have probably been a better fit. But what were you gonna say, Shane?
I was just gonna say there's a lot of players that I like that I like his players, but they're not going to do anything because of the situation.
Yeah.
You need kind of both to happen.
Yeah.
Mikael Brown Jr. has been banished to the Shadow Realm. So there's not much. And I mean, Brooklyn's going to have to eventually figure it out. I mean, their fans want a championship. I'm sure Jay-Z wants their ownership wants a championship.
Yeah.
They're not going to be, remembering 2002 for much longer.
Yeah. The only bad thing about Brooklyn now is the Knicks finally won their first championship in 50 years.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be overshadowed even more now than they were already. Because
they never won a championship either. So it's just like, the Knicks haven't won in 50 years, and you haven't won in that 50-year span a single championship. So you're just like, okay.
I do want. Speaking of the Knicks, I was going to say them as losers up to until a certain thing happened in the second round. Tyler Nickel, congrats to my fellow Foxborough area guy from up the road in Elton. Shout out to him. They had a great reception at O'Neill's Bar and Grill up in Harrisonburg.
Awesome.
For his thing. It was a nice fun thing for him and his family. Great draft party. And
one more thing I wanted to bring up because I just remembered with Tyler Nickel, I thought of another guard that got drafted and he went to OKC, Bennett Sturts.
Yes.
That was a key pick for them too. So you get another guard because obviously you lost Isaiah Joe. So now you're going to get a guard back, and you're going to get an absolute sniper. So I mean, great pick for them on that.
Yeah, Bennett Starks was a great if I was going to say the Thunder at all, and I love the Adai Mara pick, especially for the Thunder. Stuff, but I think I like the Bennett Starks pick.
I forgot about the Sturts pick until now. I was like, I thought it was just Mara. I'm just like, okay, we'll just talk about Mara. I'm like, oh no, they got Sturts too. I'm like, okay,
yeah, they got Starks too. Who is perfect for the Thunder. He is a perfect guy that can fill the bench and play that great role. But I had to shout out Tyler Nickel, and I figured what is the way to shout out Tyler Nickel without really spending a lot of time on it. I was like, I was going to name the Knicks as losers until that moment.
I want to give some shout outs too. I want to give a shout out to the Raptors. They picked Jaden Bradley. So now for this draft, we had about 3 Wildcats. No, we had 4. I think it was 4 that got drafted. I think it was Bradley. Pete got drafted by Phoenix. And then obviously Burries. I think there was one more. I forget who, but it was Awaka. He got picked up. So 4 Wildcats in the draft. Love to see it, baby. Also, shout out to Phoenix for trading up for the hometown kid. Love to see Pete going back and staying in the desert. So that's awesome.
Yeah. So and Nickel will fit the Knicks great. I think he'll be a great bench guy for the Knicks. Deep rotation guy eventually.
Well, I think he'll get at least a decent amount of minutes too. I think they'll want to play him some minutes because obviously I think him and Kolek will be fighting for minutes, but I think he'll probably give Nickel a little bit more shine just because he's the younger draft pick, so they want to give him a little bit more run. Yeah,
so I love the fit for Nickel. I just love the story as he's from the area. He's the first guy from the Harrisonburg, Rockingham area to be drafted since 1987. He's the first guy overall from the Shenandoah Valley to be drafted since 1995. And Alexander, who was from Waynesboro. So there's been some guys that it's been a long time since the area of 540, the Shenandoah Valley has had a legit prospect like Nickel, and a lot of the local reporters here saw Nickel and what his potential could be.
Yeah. For the celebration, was Nickel in Harrisburg?
Yeah, he was in. Yeah, the O'Neill's Bar and Grill.
They had a watch party or whatever. Yeah.
So he was having his watch party up in Harrisonburg. So it was in town. Elton, where he's from in Elton, is about 15 minutes away from Harrisonburg. So about 10 minutes. Now a little less than 10 minutes away from Harrisonburg. It's about 30 to 40 minutes from where I'm at. in in the small town of Fishersville, and so it's great to see that guy like a lot of us like local guys that followed the high school game knew the reporters really knew that he was going to be a great player in college, and it just sucked his first couple years that he didn't really get to shine like he did for Bayern. And ironically, it was the former JMU coach that got him in the portal and used him to his best ability. Shout out Mark Byington as well. So I just love the shout out nickel in this spot, and so that's where I'm at with that. So I think we covered the draft really well.
I think we only have about 10 minutes left. I don't think we'd be able to get into WNBA today.
I mean,
we go in depth.
Yeah, we went heavy with the first couple topics, and I really wanted to talk about the Caitlin Clark, Alyssa Thomas stuff because that was a big
or the Marbury scoring 53 points.
Yeah, Marina Mabry. I really wanted to talk about that. Sorry. So I'll talk about those. The Marina Mabry, I think, is more positive than the Caitlin Clark, Alyssa Thomas stuff.
Yeah.
Because that Caitlin Clark, Alyssa Thomas stuff has gone like so many different directions of way over positive for Caitlin Clark in certain areas that that we don't want to give that much shine to. Because those people don't really watch the game how it's supposed to be watched. So I'll give shine to Marina Mabry real quick.
Yeah.
Marina Mabry, I had an article when I was at Totally Apex Sports when the expansion happened.
Yeah.
Saying that Mabry was, the best expansion pick. And I have been proven right throughout the 2020 NBA season. And I'm glad I called it out because Marina Mabry has been waiting for an opportunity like this for her whole career. Since she left, she came out of college at Notre Dame. And she was shouted by Enrique Ogunbowale a lot of the time, and then she's been put in bad teams, bad situations, shadowed here and there by like certain aging stars. Now she has Sandy Brondello as her coach, and it's mainly her and Sykes' team. So up in Toronto. So way to go. I'm happy for her, and she's having a great season. I do want to cover that Mystics game as well. The Mystics 4 overtime win against the Fire yesterday. Yeah. That was a fun game to watch. The highlights are on YouTube if you want to watch that. So, excuse me. With that being said, let's get into the 82-0. Since we're cutting low on time here, so I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to share my screen and let's get into it. So.
All right, Shane, you want to make the picks since you're the one that's only been going 82-0 in our freaking group
chat. I know, right? I know, right?
I just want to say something. If you're on the leaderboard, because there are some people who got 82-0 and have like 139 points, please at me at Instagram. I just like to pick your brain on how the hell you did it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. All right, you want to do the Hoop IQ mode?
Yeah, so Hoop IQ mode is it's the only way to really do it because the classic mode is like cheating.
Yeah.
So I'm on it now. So let's get into it. So I'm not gonna be able to really see y'all how I have the setup. I can see y'all, but I can't see.
You can hear us.
Y'all are like small on my screen. Yeah. So let's get the first spin. First spin. We got Wilt. We got
Wilt. We got Wilt right off the bat. We got Wilt right off the bat, Shane.
We got Wilt, boys. There it is. We got Wilt.
Right, our chances just went up.
Our chances went up.
Let's not mess it up.
Please.
41 points a season, Wilt Chamberlain.
Please. All right, let's not mess it up. Oh, my God. Oh, it would have been crazy if we could have got Wimby, though. With it, but
he can't go over to the forward position.
You can't move Will.
Yeah, he can't move to the forward.
Because he always plays forward for the he plays forward sometimes for the Spurs. So I always thought, okay.
Yeah. You can't move. Yeah. You can't move Wimby. Wimby's only a center.
Our best bets here are like DeMar or De'Aaron Fox.
Well, and also too, we can respin the era to try to get Timmy D.
Oh, yeah. Respin the
That
era.
might be
respin the era.
worth.
Yeah, so we're gonna respin the era.
Or maybe,
Actually, wait. We either get Timmy D
Oh,
or
we got Tim.
George
We got Timmy.
Gervin, and we got Timmy
Yeah.
D.
Yeah,
We got
2000s, right in his prime. Oh, baby.
Yeah, right in his
Yeah.
prime. We
Great
have Tim
start.
Duncan. We got a good start. Now the team is going to be a key spin here, so we got to save it. If it's
let's
not,
save it.
yeah, let's save the team
Mhm.
spin. Atlanta 70s.
God, who was on Atlanta in the 70s?
Yeah, it's not many big names in the
I
70s.
think
He's going-
Pistol Pete was on this team.
Yes, he was Pistol Pete. We're going to go
Good
Pistol
call.
Pete.
Good call.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I
And he's
love
a-
Pistol Pete.
He will be a
Really?
shooting guard, so that works.
There it is.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
So we got Pistol Pete. I love that play for us. Now we just need a good point guard and good small forward, and I think we might have done it in the first spin.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Mm.
Oh no! I say we do the team here because I don't think
Yeah,
there's
let's
any-
do team. Let's do team
Okay.
80s.
All right. I'm
Because it's
with
the
it.
80s, so we can get a chance to get because Bird can go over to the small and then
Yeah,
Or we
or
could get Magic.
Yeah.
we can get MJ. We can get 80s MJ.
We
too.
can get MJ.
that's
That's
true.
true.
All right.
So yeah, or we can get Zeke. We can get Isaiah at point guard.
Yeah,
too. So
well,
there's a lot of options.
we'll-
Or
do
Magic
the
Johnson.
respin for the team real quick.
Yeah, so we're gonna respin team with the
All right.
decade of the 80s. So let's get, and we got
Ooh,
the Kings.
Zach, okay.
We got the Kings. We missed the Kings 70. If we had 70s Kings, we'd be golden
Oscar
Yeah.
Robertson.
Because
Yeah.
of Oscar, yeah.
because of Oscar or Tiny Archibald.
Uh-huh.
Now,
That's true.
but this situation with the Kings, we might have bit off or more we can shoot here.
Wait,
So
wait a minute. Who's this point guard, Michael Jackson?
Michael-
Can we?
Golly,
Can we
Wait, was that Kenny? Was that Kenny the
Kid-
Jet
Kid-
Smith?
Yeah, we got
Kid's
that
got
Kenny-
hustle. He doesn't stop till the forces.
Yeah, we got Kenny the Jet. I think his early years. We got
Well,
Eddie Johnson.
Who would be the best one out of this? Maybe
Yeah,
Danny?
that's the thing. We got Cliff Robinson, late 80s. We got
Oh.
Cliff Robinson in the late 80s, who is,
Mm.
I think he's a more 90s guy.
Maybe
Yeah, Damon
Ainge.
Ainge.
I think Ainge.
Ainge is a shout.
Yeah.
But
Ainge.
is it what
Maybe
he averaged
Ainge.
with the Kings or what he averaged with the Celtics? Because if they could lose to the Celtics,
Well, I
then
don't know. I don't know. When did he play for the Kings? Was that before the Celtics or after?
After, I think it was after Boston.
Ooh, okay.
I think it was
I think-
after he got traded, like the golden. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I
But
mean,
that actually
out of
means
all these players,
Yeah.
Well, I like that's Ricky Berry. That's not Rick Berry.
how about we just go with Michael Jackson?
Let's just throw it.
How about we
my
go
shot.
with MJ? Yeah.
Oh, Reggie
Yeah,
Diaz was
'cause-
good too.
yeah, Reggie
That's
Diaz.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It-
let's go Reggie Diaz.
But I'm just saying it's 80s, so it's post Jackson 5, Michael Jackson. It's thrilling.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. Now we gotta hope for LeBron here or
okay.
bust, basically.
Or just any
K-
good small forward at this
KD
point.
would
Yeah.
be good. KD would
Yeah.
be good.
KD would be good.
I don't
too.
care. Any small forward all time. That's great.
Yes. And we got
Denver-
Melo.
Carmelo Anthony.
We got
Right?
Carmelo. I think this is a 74 win team.
Let's see.
All right.
What are your thoughts? 74, 72?
74 maybe.
Have
Okay.
faith. 82.
Oh!
77. Wow.
77. And it was the Theus pick that really threw us.
Yeah.
That's
Damn
okay.
it.
It was the Reggie Theus pick. If we had an 80s guy that was really good, we would have been golden.
Yeah.
I think.
Like if we had gotten like IT, yeah.
Yeah, we would have been golden. So that was a good start. A good start to the day. On the screen.
Our first two picks were freaking Wilt and Tim Duncan. I
Yeah.
mean, come on. Can't get any better than that.
No, you can't get better than that. I mean, that
And
was a
then
good
Carmelo with the Nuggets wasn't bad, so
Yeah, Carmelo.
Yeah.
That wasn't bad either. I love that pick. I love
Yeah.
it's having to go with Reggie.
yeah, it's just the Theus, yeah.
Yeah.
The Theus pick. I mean, he was a great player back in the day, but it was just not.
Yeah.
It was not going to happen. So let's
Yeah.
go. Let's play again. Let's build another. Let's see what we
Do
get.
we have enough time?
We got enough time. We got enough
Okay.
time. I'm going to extend it to like an hour hour 30, hour 35, hour 40.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So
let's see. Maybe we get Wilt again.
maybe we get Wilt, but
No.
we got Philly in the 10s. We can't really use Iverson here.
Can we use it? What about Embiid?
Embiid's available, I think.
Yeah.
But
I
I'd
mean,
rather
he's
have
better in
20s
the
in
2020s, but he was still a force in the 2010s.
He was. We can go Butler too. We can go Butler
Real
too.
Okafor, the GOAT himself.
Yeah. God. If we stay at the Philly 10s, I'm thinking.
Okay, so it's between Butler or
Embiid.
I think
I wanna go
Embiid's going to have the better numbers.
Well, if it was 2020
Well, Butler-
Embiid, I would say that, but Butler was such a key part of that
Absolutely.
1 year in Philly. So
Yeah, that's
he
what
was
I'm
so
thinking.
good.
It gives us more positions too with Butler.
Yeah, exactly. You get more
It does.
versatility. So
He gives more positional flexibility than
let's
just having.
do Butler.
Yeah, let's go, Jimmy. Where y'all want to put him?
Small for now.
Just put him small for now, and then we'll see what see what we need later. All right. Second spin.
Minnesota in the 2000 KG.
I'm gonna go with KG here, and this is prime. We're gonna go Kevin Garnett.
And he can move anywhere.
Absolutely.
So you get that versatility again.
Yeah, we're gonna put him.
Put him at power forward
now, so.
because we could get Wilt or Shaq down the line.
A lot.
So
yeah,
I like
there's good centers that we can get.
Well, don't forget Jimmy can move over to the 2-guard too if we get a better forward.
That as well. That as well.
Big man.
Yeah. So let's get the third spin here. Denver 2000s. Do we risk it and respin era, or do we?
No, because they have they have Carmelo.
That's
Melo and AI.
Say. Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
But we can move.
Iverson Sixers would be better than Nuggets Iverson, I think.
Well, yeah, but I just think we can move Butler back over to the 2-guard position
and just go with 09.
Just go with Carmelo. Yeah,
I agree.
2000s Melo. Okay, let's go with that.
With that.
All right, so we'll go with that. We got our middles.
Not bad. It's not bad so far.
Not bad so far. I do like it. Let's see what we got here.
So,
remember, we still have both options of team and era.
Yeah.
So,
okay. Yeah.
So we still have our.
And
we just got Minnesota 2000s. The only bad thing is we can't get Ant, and that would be the better option, the best option. So I would say respin team to try to get like.
No, we could get Ant because then you could just move KG down to the 5.
No, well, yeah, you could do that if you wanted
to do that, but
and I think you can move Carmelo over. Yeah,
we could do that and get Ant.
You can't
if y'all really want to do that, but I don't know if we want to do that.
Do you want to do Cat instead? Cat's great.
Yeah, but I don't. I think we should use one of the respins.
Okay, which one do you think?
I'd rather use team.
No, use team because if you use era, you're just gonna land on KG.
Because we could get Jokic too. We could get Jokic.
Yeah, we can get Jokic. We can get SGA. We
got a good amount of big men to choose from.
We can get Victor.
You can get Embiid. You can get Wemby.
Yep. Yeah. You can get Shea. You can get Trae Young, who's decent in the 20s. You can get point guard.
Well, it's so guard heavy. Like we're still good on that. So and we still have a great selection. So just do team.
Yeah,
let's spin that real quick.
We can get Bronson. Oh, we just got Shea. We just got Shea.
Shea Butter.
Yep, we just got Shea. We're good. Now we just need a good center. Okay. That was smart by us. That was smart.
Yeah. That was smart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So
we still have the era one, right?
Yeah, we have arrows.
Oh, we lost.
This is not great center wise.
Wait. Oh.
Well, Brooke Lopez
get us there, but wait. No,
it's 20s. So we're gonna have to use the era anyway.
Do the eras, and then let's hope because we got.
I'm gonna first do this to try to see if we can get Durant, and then I'll move it back if we get like 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Or 2000s.
Or like just any other bad era because there's not really any great.
Yeah. We got 70.
See what I mean? Oh, we got Bernard King.
Bernard King.
Bernard King pick. Yeah, I think that's the pick too.
That's the only logical one out of this entire.
Well, here's the thing too. I can move Butler to small forward and put SGA at the 2 and get Tiny. And Tiny's really good in Brooklyn.
That's a good point.
Is Brooklyn Tiny comparable to King's Tiny?
Oh yes, I've used Tiny in this before, and he's averaged like 28 or 20 in the high 20s.
But which one was he better with?
He's better with the Kings, but
he's better with the Kings, and that's why I'm asking.
He's better with the Kings, I think, but he's really good with Brooklyn too. So, but it's up to y'all. If y'all want to go Bernard King, I'll go Bernard King with y'all.
He was only with Brooklyn for like a couple of years.
If you want to go Bernard King, I'll go Bernard King.
You can go Bernard. It's fine. I like Bernard.
Yeah. I like the back.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I didn't think it'd be as great as the last one.
Yeah, so 66 and 16.
Because look at Jimmy Butler's numbers.
Yeah, I think we
almost seems
we could have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
he was better than that.
We could have definitely maybe went the Embiid route on that one, but at the same time, look, it is what it is.
Yeah. But that's the thing about which I think, you don't have numbers. Yeah.
You want to do another one? All right.
Yeah, let's do another one. This is the last one. See what we'll get. Oh, my internet's kind of being slow.
You're good.
So it's landing. Here, I'll just refresh the page.
Maybe it's just telling you that you're done for the night.
No, we're not done. I want the content. All right,
Portland 2020s. Okay.
We can go Dame.
We can go Dame. Dame's a good pick.
I think we're gonna go Dame here. So we're gonna go Dame Lillard. That's a good start.
Yeah.
So next one, we got hope.
Oh, he went out.
Darn it.
His internet. No more 82-0 for us boys.
Yeah, like that really feels bad if 82-0 has the power to do this.
Yeah. Well, I don't. They're trying not to let him get addicted like you, Shane.
Yeah, well, there's hope for Brandon. I'm too far deep. I'm far deep.
All right. Well, we gotta wait for him to come back. He's the one that has to end the stream. So there he is.
Yeah, the internet flubbed me.
Well, I think that's a sign.
That's a sign. That is a sign.
I think it is.
But you still
it is a sign, but I'm back now. I'm back now. We can pump it up.
Milwaukee in the 10s. Okay.
It was Milwaukee in the 10s. I guess Giannis. Let's just go Giannis.
Yes.
Even though, he still won an MVP during that time. So
yeah. So we'll go Giannis in 10s. We'll just go quick because I don't want my internet to crap out. Show again.
Oh, Durant.
So yeah, Kevin Durant is the obvious pick here. So we got Dame, KD, Giannis. We got hope for Will.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Oh my.
90s Knicks.
Patrick.
Ewing.
Patrick. Yeah.
I guess we'll go. Yeah, let's go Patrick.
Ewing, man. He's a Hall of Famer. We got to get him on there.
There's also great players in the 90s for the Knicks, but not statistically. You know what I mean?
And also too, we could have spun for team and try to get MJ, but we could have got, messed up.
Yeah.
So let's just go.
This last pick we could do the 2. We saved it.
Yeah,
we got trying to get through it fast, so let's see what we can get on the first spin.
Chicago, we just got MJ. We don't need to spin it.
We don't need to do anything.
Okay, hold on.
74 and 8.
How the hell?
Oh.
What?
I'm actually heated. Dame, Jordan, Durant, Giannis, and Patrick.
If we got 20s, if we got 20s,
we have 20s Giannis, because look at those numbers, because that takes into account he only got really good at the end of that decade.
Yep. If we got 20s, if we got 20s, Giannis, we would have done it.
Yeah,
but 20 Giannis doing 25.
He won MVP. He averaged almost 30 and 12.
Yeah. No, we would have done. We would have done it
entire decade.
Yeah, they take the average of the entire decade. So that makes sense.
So including when he got drafted in the early, in the
middle, he didn't get much playing time early on.
No.
Ugh. Yeah.
So that's the only bad thing about that. So
Well,
that
tried our
was a
best.
fun show. That was a fun show, even though my internet was in and out towards it. So, obviously, baseball pod will be on tomorrow. I wanted to say that it was supposed to be on last night, but we had scheduling issues, so we'll have a good episode tomorrow on the baseball front here at Ellis Highlight Reel. I just want to shout that out real quick. Also, I've been saying it. I think this is the week I finally get to write and do some more. I did some more editing as the reels, as y'all saw. But I will do some more this week. I'll be doing some more reels and all that stuff this week as well. I have more time off this week due to the 4th of July holiday. Want to say happy 4th to everyone. I'll say it again tomorrow as well, but I just want to say happy 4th to anyone who celebrates it and everything. Everyone that celebrates it. Obviously, most of y'all are Americans watching, so have a happy 4th. But also, I wanted to take some time real quick to say prayers to Chris Johnson. I know this is not the NFL show, but we have to say prayers to his family after his ALS diagnosis this morning, or the announcement of the ALS diagnosis.
That was my first time seeing him since that, because I didn't know he had the diagnosis until literally this morning, and then they did an interview with him. I'm like, wow, that thing attacked fast, man.
Yeah. It attacks you fast, so it's so hopefully we know it's no cure for it, but hopefully his family and
hopefully he's able to battle it and live a long and fulfilling life.
Exactly.
Yeah, he deserves it because that 1 year when he hit 2,000 for the Titans was unreal.
I hope the Titans did the right thing this year and retired at 28. And put them in their ring. The ring.
Yeah, especially before it's too late. Yeah,
before it's too late. I hope the Titans do the right thing this year and do that for Chris Johnson,
because he's a franchise legend. You gotta respect the franchise legend.
Exactly. Yeah, I hope the Titans do the right thing. So that the NFL stuff out of the way. I wanted to shout that out here. Since it broke this morning. I know it's like I said, I know this is the basketball show, but I just wanted to shout that out and say prayers, and I hope Chris Johnson's okay.
Obviously. Well, he also worked for us over here on Total Apex as well, so we want to make sure one of our coworkers gets the help they need and all that.
Yeah. So, trying to think what else is going on with the world. Oh, I do need to make sure y'all shout out y'all stuff.
Well, you can find me on Instagram at JDPerrine24. You can see it on the screen there. You can also find all my articles and stuff on totalapexsports.com. You can also find it on Muck Rack. I also post on there as well. So just find my stuff. I try to write as much as I can. But lately, I've been kind of slacking in that, so I'm going to try and get back on the horse with that. Shane,
your shout outs.
You can find 2-0 at Shameful.
DM him so I can figure out how to get that. What was it you were wanting? The 130 something point.
Some people
have 130 points. Like you can go 82-0, but it's like one. It'll be like 110 or 111. So there are people out here playing competitive 82-0. CSGO League of Legends dedication for 82.
139. Trying to beat up in that score.
Exactly.
Maybe you'll see my name, but otherwise, you can find me at 2Shanes there on Instagram. Same as X. I am still also writing for Total Apex. If you're getting ready for the NFL, I did recently write a piece on Romeo Dobbs and why he's going to have, but probably you don't want to draft him super early, especially if you are in smaller draft room. So look out for that.
Yes. That's a good point because I'm assuming AJ Brown has something to do with that.
He has 98% to do with that. He's getting the targets. Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry to any Dobbs guys that were wanting Dobbs, but after the Brown trade,
just not gonna happen.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen for you.
No.
Also, I did that. Speaking of fantasy, that really wants to bring up the point. I think I'm gonna make the announcement here right now. I think I'm gonna do my NFL show sometime in the middle of July. I think we're gonna do that Wednesday. Mostly, I think Wednesday nights. I think we're gonna start that. So if you guys want to join me on there, if y'all can, obviously I'm gonna try to get Andrew on there too. I'm gonna message him and see what his thoughts process on that is too. But I think that's the plan. I'm gonna start in the middle of July. That'll be the NFL show on Wednesdays. Because it makes the most sense on Wednesdays, even though there's Wednesday games this year. There's a couple Wednesday games this year. But it makes sense because I think Wednesday into Thursday we can get into all the injury report news and all that stuff. And make it a really big fantasy show, but also cover the news aspects as well. So that's gonna be fun. Trying to think what else is going on and that I want to update on with my socials. If you're watching on my YouTube at Ellis Highlight Reel or my TikTok at Ellis Highlight Reel, obviously stay here.
Those.
Also BLS32 on Instagram. And then also my Facebook at Brandon Ellis as well on Facebook. And I think all of those are. I think I shouted out everything, but since Shane brought it up, fantasy football, and we talked about Chris Johnson. I was like, all right, I'm going to set the date, middle of July sometime, Wednesday, one of those Wednesdays in the middle of the next month. I think we're going to start the NFL show. I think the first show is going to be season predictions. Season preview. I think before training camp probably be the best time for that kind of a deal. Maybe more fantasy aspects of season predictions. And then the actual once we get into preseason, we'll do our full playoff bracket and all that stuff. So that's the plan there. Also, like I said, tomorrow night, probably around 7:20, 7:15, something like that. I'm hoping to get on with Chris and we'll have our baseball show. Huge stuff with the baseball stuff, especially with Sonny Gray's almost no hitter and the Boston Red Sox. I'm sure Chris is happy about his Red Sox taking
sweeping the Yanks.
Almost taking 4 from the Yanks. So we'll talk about that tomorrow. We'll also talk about certain things that have been going on in the MLB world and more news and more stuff like that with All-Star break quickly approaching. And probably we'll have another announcement probably tomorrow's show about the home run derby and how we're going to do that.
Well, from the most part, from what we've discussed, there will be live reactions to the home run derby. We will live stream it and react to it. So keep that. Just keep that.
So me, Chris. If you guys want to join too,
I'll join.
I'm down.
I want to do that, and then we'll push the basketball show to Tuesday that week. But I think if you guys want to join it with me and Chris, that'll be fun. So I'll have all of us here. So that'll be the plan for the 13th of July. So with that being said, everybody, this has been the Ellis Highlight Reel Limitless Range Basketball Pod, episode 4. The version on here, episode 4. There were 6 other episodes on media. So this is technically our 10th episode together. But I'm just saying number 4 because it's
fourth one. Let's chill.
Keep it the branding. So anyway, with that being said, peace out, everybody. Thanks again.
Peace. Have a great 4th, everybody.
Take care. Happy birthday, America.
Happy birthday. Happy 250th, baby.